So if someone suggests to me, no matter who it is, even a king, suggests to me, we need you to help more broadly than your area of specialization, I have a very clear answer, which is no. But it's not no because I don't care. It's no because it's the only way I can make a true impact.
The following Access Performance Quick Tip is an excerpt from James McPartland's television show Unopened Gifts, aired on havittv.com.
What are you famous for? What are you best in the world at? You know, each of us at assembly at birth are given a couple of unique gifts. Now we're sent down to earth to try to understand what those gifts are, and once we recognize those gifts, our opportunity, or perhaps our responsibility, is to give those gifts away. It takes a lot of courage to use what we're gifted at, to do what we really believe we should do as opposed to what somebody else tells us that we should do. Now, stress is an interesting thing that happens to most of us in our life, and some of it's positive. But two things about stress that I'd like to touch on. One is stress often comes from not doing something we know we should do. Now, that may relate to using the gift that we have. Stress also comes from doing something we know we shouldn't. This requires focus, it requires specialization. So in this next piece, listen to Steve talk about specialization, talk about leverage, talk about understanding what your gift is, what you're truly best in the world at, and maximizing that gift for the best return on your personal investment, on your health, on your well-being, on your community, on your family, on your business. It has what he calls a multiplier effect. Listen to Steve at this point.
I talk about adjusting the vision and allowing people to help bring their energy and passion and even some of their alternatives to the vision. And I think that's true, but the other thing I say about it is that there's only one owner of that vision, and it has to be you. And so in my case, a fundamental tenet of my vision for both the Smiles for Everyone Foundation, but also for how the foundation can truly change the world, is that it's about specialization. And it's about each of us taking that gift that we were given and the one we actually chose to become the best at, and using that skill set to give back to the world. So in our case as a foundation, we don't actually deliver dental care around the world. We deliver we have a parent corporation or a sponsor corporation that delivers dental care around the United States. We have a resource base that's about delivering dental care. It's not about other things, and it's not to diminish or even say dental care is the primary need in the world, right? You could argue there's all kinds of medical needs, there's food, there's water, there's sanitation needs that are primary over dental. But we're not uniquely equipped to solve those problems. What we are uniquely equipped to at least make a dent in, and hopefully begin to make a big dent in, is the dental problem. And by specializing in that, the impact we make is much greater than the one we could ever make trying to go after problems we know nothing about. Hopefully what happens is by attacking these problems through specialization, we can encourage others to do the same. And all those other needs that may be primary above dental, other people have expertise in those. Other people can bring those skills to bear in that narrow area, which is exactly the way an economy is formed. And the economy is formed by a bunch of people specializing in things that go after all of the problems, but narrowly go after all the problems, not widely go after it by one group. What happens in charitable endeavors, and what I've been pushed to do in every situation we ever go into, is someone says, wow, you're here, you have a big heart, you care about our country, how about you help us with these other needs, whether that's education, water, sanitation, healthcare. There's not one of those things I name that my heart doesn't open up to, and I don't say, wow, those are big, arguably even bigger than dental, and I understand why you're asking about those. But my resources, whatever they are limited, and the expertise I have is even more limited. And so to go after a problem inside a narrow expertise, I can leverage it where $1 can go to work as $10, as $20, as $30. I go after an area where I don't have expertise, my dollar goes to work as 50 cents, as 75 cents, maybe 80 cents, but doesn't get a multiplier on it. That's the part of the vision that becomes what I'll call non-negotiable. So for me, the vision, the fundamental tenet, and that's the thing you have to know, what is the fundamental tenet of the vision? Because that's the one you're trying to enlist people in, the fundamental tenet, which is specializing to provide this care, and work with local people to carry on that work so it goes on in perpetuity. And then the third leg on the stool, if you will, is to hopefully encourage other people to give in their area of specialization. So if someone suggests to me, no matter who it is, even a king, suggests to me, we need you to help more broadly than your area of specialization, I have a very clear answer, which is no. But it's not no because I don't care. It's no because it's the only way I can make a true impact.